Putin on the Ritz on Twitter, one of our aficionados of the Trimet feed, and me and Neil just got done. Well, I had to turn it off because it's so I can't watch any more of this today because I just see the total hypocrisy. All I see here is a bunch of managers trying to devise ways to raid the Treasury, and that has nothing to do with people or nothing to do with transit service. And all I see is a bunch of bureaucrats trying to find ways to get more money. What did you see?
Well, you see the typical Portland way of thinking, the liberal way of thinking that the problems aren't within the management per se. The problem is we don't have enough people who think the same with a different gender or race. And if we just get more of those so that we're diverse, then our problems will go away because we can lean on that to the public that, hey, we promote women, we promote all races, and so just because your bus is late, trust us, we have the most diverse people working on this.
How long did you get into this before you quit? How long did you watch?
I stayed on until Randy was done, listened to a little bit of the Marsha, whatever her name was.
Okay, so you watched over an hour of it, over an hour.
Yeah, about all 39 slides.
What I heard here was they're hiring plenty of minorities and women, but they're not making enough money. There's some kind of a money problem. That's what I've heard so far. We got an hour into it. And
they talk about having to advertise for openings, not Trimet buses, because that's where people that depend on transit would see it. But
they're talking about management here. They're not talking about drivers, right?
Well, she mentions throughout that not just the problem with management, but race overall. And then they get into a little bit of the race and women into the management position.
Yeah, so I'm only an hour into it. I'm only an hour, so maybe we haven't gotten far enough. But so far, what I've heard is how are we going to get more money for these managers? Okay, they're not making enough money. They're not making what our peers are making in other agencies or whatever, and they come up with this elaborate scenario of how they've come to this conclusion. And I don't know. I'm really turned off by it completely.
Oh, Harry, it's a tough job. you gotta be a lot. Just to be a bus driver, you have to have a lot of gusto,
Yeah, but they're talking about managers. They're only talking about managers. What I've heard here.
Well, yeah, correct. But for a woman bus driver, who, let's say, women have a harder time putting up with clientele, the fine customers that Trimet has to come on aboard their buses, you must be to be hired within, be there for a certain amount of time. So if you look at the amount of women that leave before they reach the point where they would be able to be recommended to become a manager by their manager, the number might be disproportionate to the amount of male operators that are there. Is that a diversity problem? Or at one point they say, let's give manager bonuses for hiring women? That's not the problem. As Randy will say in it, maybe we should do a survey to find out why women aren't taking the job.
That's a good point. I don't know. All I see is a bunch of bureaucratic nonsense so far that has no relevance to anything. I have no sympathy for any of these people. I find them to be it's offensive almost. I'm offended by this presentation because it doesn't have. What is it doing for the public? These people are not doing anything. What are they doing that deserves all of this? There's nothing.
They're not doing anything. They're not trying to do anything. I mean, you do 39 slides, which probably cost a whole bunch for a basic junior high school PowerPoint, to come up with, maybe we could ask people why they're not sticking around. Well, I'm glad you had that hour-long conversation and spent all that money. And then, like my last tweet was, when I watched it live, was at the end of the day, you had a bunch of women of different ethnicities saying to a white male about hiring women and other races. So, really,
yeah,
there's no accomplishment. They're not trying to accomplish anything, but they got to get paid to show that they're trying to do something that's not even needed to be done.
yeah, that's what I'm taking away too. This is fraud, as far as I'm concerned. It's fraudulent. The whole basis of this is fraudulent, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I don't. If they're so unhappy in their job, if there's such a tight market, why aren't they jumping to other transit agencies and taking their jobs? It's not honest. This is not an honest presentation.
Well, it's not meant to be honest. They got enough managers. They just can't claim that they're politically correct and diversified. So that's why they're making the hoopla to pretend like they actually care. When at the end of the day, they all leave that room and say in 3 months we'll come back and talk about the same stuff again.
Yeah. It's just This is how management behaves. You know, they come up with things because they have to justify their job somehow, right? Because they don't really have any. There's no reality. They have no effect on public services. And I was talking to Neil about that. I said, so if any of these people didn't show up at work, it wouldn't have any effect on the transit system itself. None. It doesn't matter who the manager. The transit system runs. The managers have nothing to do with it. We don't know what they're doing. So they're basically non-essential personnel. And here they are having this 4-hour meeting about their management. It's like, what? You're going to spend all this time talking about your management? And we listen to the scanner. We know what's going on out there, the kind of decrepitness that's going on with the system itself. And here are these elitists sitting here talking about issues that are not issues. They're not issues except in their mind. Nobody cares about this. It doesn't affect the public. And all it is a rationale to steal a bunch of more money out of the Treasury. So what I'll let you wrap it up, your comments. What do you think? What do you think, Putin? What does Putin think?
It's obviously a waste of time and energy, but you know, if we want to go that far, I think the Portland Trailblazers don't have enough white guys. They should look into getting more white basketball players than black basketball players in the name of diversity.
That's actually a good point. All right, thanks, Putin.